Hey y'all, welcome to the Houston Gardening Novice channel. I'm a newbie gardener here in Houston, Texas, Zone 9B. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing, but I enjoy trying things out and figuring out what works for me. I hope you can join me in my gardening journey as I slowly work on building my backyard sanctuary. So today I'll be showing you how I built this wire trellis for my grapes and the steps that I took to prune this grape into this shape and training it onto the wire. So stay tuned. So this is the grape, one of the two that I'm going to transfer. This is the Niagara White. Transfer from this plastic pot right here into this clay pot. And so the posts are still setting. I'll let them set for a day or two before I add the wire. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and prune this. So I want to modify this into a single growth and make it into a Y. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll be adding, because this is not enough. Whatever's in this pot is not enough, so I'll be adding compost, peat moss, and I have some vermiculite and perlite right there. So the other grape is the red Catawba grape, but this is the Niagara White, so I'll get started with this one. Okay, so it's the next day. I've pruned the grapevines into the Y or T position. I'll show you in a little bit. And now I want to go ahead and put the trellis wire. So I'll be using a 9-gauge galvanized wire. And using these vice grips to hold, to anchor the wire into the posts. So let's get that done. So I'll pull the wire in, grip it with the vice anchor on one side, run the wire to the other end, pull it in, and anchor it as well. So let's get that done. Okay, I've brought the wire through to this other side. It's not very straight, but I'll straighten it as I add the other vice anchor. Okay, I'm done with the project. The posts, starting to set. They're already hard. This screw right here, there's a knot here that's not allowing the screw to go through, but that's fine because this vise won't let the wire go back the other way. So this is how the trellised grape looks like. This is the Niagara White. So I've come to learn that I have the wrong grapes. So I bought these grapes, I think fall of 2023. And apparently they're the wrong grapes for my zone. So I need to get muscadine grapes, which are supposed to do well in our zone. I'm in zone 9B. Right now it's the beginning of May, so it's already too late to plant new grapes. So basically I'll hold off. I'll look for muscadine grapes in the fall. But this is the setup that this setup works for muscadine grapes. So I wanted to go ahead and get this trellis built, and when I get those grapes, I'll just transplant them into these containers. So I don't know if these, I have the Niagara White and the red Catalba. I don't know if they'll make it through this summer, but that's okay. I'll just let them be. And I don't know if this is the right pruning for that type of, for these table grapes. It is the right pruning for the muscadine grapes. So now that I've tried it out, when I get the muscadine grapes, I'll know what to do. But anyhow, we'll let this go for the season. We'll see if they make it or not. If they do, great. If they don't, that's fine. They'll be replaced at some point. But this is the system. So this is one. And the wire it's taut. Not too taut, but I think it's as much as I could do. And then I just wrapped it back. So to tighten it, maybe next year I'll just need to pull on this, and that should be that should tighten it. So this is one. The second set is back this way. It's right here. Also, this is setting, and I did stain, so I think it looks good stained. So I cut off, there was a whole bunch of shoots from here which I cut off, and I ended up cutting the wrong one. I wanted to cut the larger one that was in the middle, but I snipped the wrong one, but that's fine. I see buds in this. Hopefully they grow out. If they don't, that's okay. They'll be replaced by the muscadine grapes anyway. But that's how they're looking like. And the distance between the posts, so I think this is 16 feet. So the grapes have 8 feet on each side to grow. So 16 feet between the two posts. So the goal is to train. This becomes the lateral branch. Train it until the end, and then prune the rest. And that's what I'll try to do. I'll watch a bunch of YouTube videos to see how it's done, and that's what I think I've learned so far. But I'll continue watching and continue learning about how to do this. But anyhow, so this is the project. I think it was a good project. I'm happy with how the posts came out. I'm happy with the wire system, and I'm glad I was able to find this. I'll see if I can find, there's a video that I watched on how to put this. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description. Anyhow, so I think this was good. I'll stop this video right here, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks. Bye.